in terms of packaging all these ideas together, can you give some sort of a roadmap? When do you think you will have a functional synthetic cell, something that you would call life? How long is it before you can put all these tools together, put them into a box and 3D print out a cell? Is it in your lifetime?
So these predictions are extremely dangerous, right? And I see myself listening to this podcast a year after my retirement or so, and killing myself for what I say now. But, quite honestly, personally, I wouldn't be in this field if I didn't have the strong sense that actually I will be able to witness it within my scientific career or within my lifetime. It may be us doing it, it may be others. And as I say, there are different approaches, right? You can come up top down. If they manage to make a chassis, kind of an enclosure that is not taken from a cell or fabricated by a cell, but maybe produced also by the machinery that we have at hand. We have the people who use in vitro transcription translation. So you use the protein machinery, the central dogma of molecular biology that we talked about, and try and find a minimal set of genes upon which we can generate a living system. Then we have us who are trying to take lipid vesicles but engineer our own molecular hardware. Then we have the systems chemistry crowd, So there are kind of parallel lines that are trying to move towards the same goal, namely the creation of life from the non-living. And I have the strong sense that we are not that far away, actually, and that we will be getting there. And this is why I think it's exciting to be in the field. I think Sibir and Otto once said this, in synthetic chemistry, there was a point when scientists were thinking, it's not actually possible to create organic molecules from scratch. Something like urea, the thing that comes out when we pee, has to be created by a living organism, right? Mm-hmm. Nowadays we know, no. Urea can be made synthetically in the lab, and so can many, many other organic molecules. And I feel like we may be at a similar point, and this was also Sibri and Otto's point actually, is we may be at a similar point now in synthetic biology, right? A proof of principle is needed to kickstart this entire new field of research. And I think we shouldn't be aiming just for life 2.0, right? But maybe 3.0, 4.0, 5.0. So, let the top-down crowd go its way. Let the central dogma crowd go its way. Let the DNA origami, RNA origami hardware crowd go its way. Let the systems chemistry crowd go its way, and just create many, many different forms. And I think actually maybe all of those we may hopefully be able to see within, our lifetimes. At least this would be super exciting, and it's just cool to be in this field at this moment of time. I mean, where we are allowed to ask a question, which was for so many centuries a question that philosophers and maybe theologists or whatever were asking already, right? I think it's ingrained in our brains in mankind, right? We want to understand what life is. We want to understand what we are, right? So such a fundamental question that we have the chance to work on now from a natural science perspective, which I think is just amazing.